Another beautiful morning we are having. And actually, Anthony has gone into town. He is actually picking up some materials so we can continue on with the pop-up camper build. But while he is gone, there are some things I need to take care of here, and it starts in the garden here.
Alright guys, well I'm on the road to go into town. Since we were working on that trailer, there's some materials that I need to get. I need to get some like self-tapping metal screws and some shorter screws. Kind of the stuff that we need to replace and fix on there. I'm gonna go into town too. I'm gonna try to see if I can find some of that balsa wood or that vinyl sheeting. I'm not sure if they're gonna have it in town. I mean, it is kind of a smaller town, but hopefully at like the local lumber and hardware place that I go to, they'll have all the stuff I need. We're just gonna have to go there and find out and see.
I have been mentioning now for several weeks how growing season is fastly approaching, and it has officially begun. I just looked at my little card thing to kind of let you know when you should start planting and stuff like that based on the last frost date. And actually I'm only like, I think like 3 days behind schedule. So that's really not that bad considering the last like 4 years I've gardened. I'm usually like 2 or 3 weeks after. So I'm actually getting a head start this year. So I'm very proud and very excited, I should say, to hopefully start this early and have more success this year. As you guys know, I've been talking about how I learned a lot of stuff, obviously over the last like 3 gardens I've had, but last year I learned a lot of gardening, and there are certain things that I want to change this year for gardening to hopefully produce more and just have more to preserve. And I have high, not really high expectations, I just have high hopes. Also, with it being time to actually start planting and stuff, I actually got all of the stuff that I've ordered to actually get this garden going. I'm just, you know, I've been waiting around for a little while, but I got all my seeds here. I'm not planting everything that's in here, but this seed package here has, I'd say, pretty much all the seeds I need and then some. Actually, this one comes with like artichokes in it, and Anthony was like, oh, this one has artichokes in it, so I've never grown them, so I'm gonna try to grow them. So I got my seeds here. I also bought me some heating pads. If you guys know one of the last videos we worked on in the greenhouse or the garden area, I did end up buying like a little electric heater with like a digital thermometer and stuff like that. And that's more for like really cold days where it's like a nice ice storm or we have a snowstorm here. So I bought that for that purpose. So I don't know if I'm gonna end up using that heater this year, like for this grow season. I might use it for like the fall and the winter months this coming up year, if that makes any sense. But but in the meantime, I do want to use these, you know, heat pads that I bought, and I actually got a 4-pack. I did talk to Tara about these heat pads from White Rock, and she suggested to me, if you buy the heating pads, she suggested not buying ones with individual cords, which makes sense. So you would need, if you have 4 heating pads, you got to have at least 4 extension cords or a power strip or something. But these ones are nice because they all connect in series. So you can have just one if you need one, or you can have multiples that are hooked up. So I think this is the better route to go with these as far as, you know, power and stuff like that. Because also too, we are going to be running that heater, probably not like I said this year, but if I got these going and the heater, I mean, that's a lot of power that it's drawing. So to kind of eliminate some of that, I thought the series ones was better option to go. So I'm very excited to get planting. Like, I've been dreaming and planning this for like months now, and now the day has finally come. So it's like, this is a big step for me this year.
All right guys, so they already got this stuff loaded up for me. I just needed a couple little things. Some of that balsa wood I was talking about. It's that real thin stuff. I got some foam. I got some metal self-tapping screws, and I got some adhesive and all kinds of good stuff. This stuff right here. Let's see if this works for some of the roof applications. They didn't have any of the like the vinyl on the boards like we were ripping out, where it's got like the cardboard and then it's like vinyl. I didn't see any of that. So I'll have to keep looking around for that, see if I can find some. But so far, so good, guys.
Just to kind of show you guys how the greenhouse is doing. Haven't really done anything in here since Anthony and I plugged in that heater I was talking about. We plugged that in and I just haven't done anything in here since. Made sure it worked. But I'm gonna change all of this today. There's gonna be a lot going on after I'm done with today. So I have this awesome little cheat sheet here that's been kind of helping me out, and I'm actually like looking at this right now, and you know, certain things it says to plant, I'm right on time. I mean, here you have basil. It says to plant February 27th through March 14th. Started indoors. Well, I'm like right on par, so I'm not jumping the gun too much. What I like about the Almec planter or planner is it tells you when to start it indoors, and then it also tells you like the dates you should transplant it outside into the ground. And it also gives you if you should start your seeds outdoors and what time to do that. So I think this is a really good tool to use this year. It even states on here, I'm just looking at this, it even states the last day you can actually plant it if you want to have a good successful harvest out of it. So I think that's very important to know. So I'm very excited to be trying this out this year. The cat jumped on the roof.
Alright guys, I am all done with town. I got all the materials that I need, I think. I'm sure there's probably something I forgot. Seems to always happen. I go into town, even though I have a list. I'll get back home and be like, oh no, I forgot that one little tiny thing to put on the list, you know, and so we shall see. So we can keep working on this pop-up. Really want to get this thing going. I did get something for Roxane that's going to be a surprise. She's been talking about getting some of these for a while. I'll show you guys real quick. Not sure if you guys know what those are, but I'm sure she's going to be excited to see them, because it's something she's been talking about wanting to do, and I seen them and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and pick them up now. She's already busy getting her seeds going, so I think this would be a perfect time for her also to have those.
I'm so anxious to start planting, and I'm actually kind of getting ahead of myself. I really should clean out my greenhouse and like organize it a little bit better before I start planting, because I do want to plant a bunch of stuff in there, so I need as much of that counter or, you know, shelving space as I can get. So got most of the greenhouse cleaned and kind of organized. And it actually feels so much bigger and more empty in here now that I cleaned it out. So I'm glad I'm getting it done. Going through some boxes and stuff that are in here, because I've been throwing like any gardening stuff I get, I've just been kind of throwing it inside the greenhouse. So at least all my gardening stuff is right here. For the past like 3 years we've been here, my gardening stuff's been all over the place, and come the winter months I throw it other places, and then I end up having to replace it, and then I'll find it. And so recently, since the greenhouse has been finished, I've been gathering up all of my stuff from like the sheds and the tents and just what's been lingering around, and really trying to bring it in here to kind of keep everything in one place. So going through stuff, I've been finding things that I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I had this. I actually have like a box of these 2 garden like tier beds. They're really small. They're like maybe 2 feet wide by 2 feet. They're really small garden box beds, and they're like tiered. I actually got those from Lynette. My stepmom gave those to me, so I kind of forgot I had them in here, and I was like, oh, what's in this box? Oh yeah, I forgot about these. So I'm kind of like brainstorming in the back of my mind like what I could do with those and where I could put those, but I'm not really concerned about that right now. But I put them someplace where I won't forget about them, so I can always have them in my mind, so I can maybe pull those out. But it's looking good in here. quite a transformation in here. Everything's organized and in a good place. I put like all my big pots and stuff here so they're all in one spot. I got my hanging pots over here so they're in one spot. I got this little tower thing. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that. I've had that thing for a couple of years and haven't done anything with it, but. Hi, Bella. What are you barking at? Hmm? Oh, I know, sweet baby Bella. Ugh. I know, sweet baby Bella. Okay, getting my dirt ready. I'm actually taking some from my garden beds and then mixing it in with this potting in-ground soil. Instead of just using the in-ground soil. I don't know if that was part of my problem. If you guys remember, I started seeds for fall planting because I really wanted to grow in here this winter. Just didn't work out. But I think it's a combination of a lot of different things. I'm even thinking it might even be my dirt. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna steal a little bit from my garden beds, mix it in with this actual like good soil too, and try that and see if that helps gets my plants to bloom. And of course, guys, I don't have like a little hand shovel. I used to at some point, and I don't know whatever happened to it. Like I was sitting here trying to think. I'm like, oh, maybe I put it somewhere. And I went back through and was digging through all my little baskets and stuff I had in here, bags, you know. Can't find that little shovel, so. The shovel wasn't working very well. I couldn't get like down to the bottom of the bucket to really mix in that topsoil with my dirt. But I actually like pulled back and was looking at my dirt. My dirt looks so good this year. Like it is so rich, and like every year it just keeps getting better and better and better. Especially too because as the years have gone on, I've like picked all the sticks and the rocks and stuff out of it, and been adding compost and rabbit droppings and chicken droppings and food and all kinds of good nutrition for the dirt. So my dirt in those garden beds are really good dirt. I mean, this is, mind you, this is mixed with some of that potting soil, but man, it's so good. It even smells like dirt, which is good. That's what I want it to smell like. It's getting a little toasty warm in here. I might actually like plant these outside and then move them in here when I'm done, but I just wanted you guys to just take a look at this dirt. Look how beautiful that dirt looks with that mix. Like I mixed it in. Mind you, I've never done that before. I've actually, honestly, last year was the first year I've ever bought dirt. I've just been using dirt off the land. A lot of dirt that's in my garden beds is from what we had scraped out after we got all this cleared for the houses. So I had the dirt set aside, and then when it was time, I had to move it over into the garden beds. And that's been some really, really good dirt. Haven't had to do much to it other than, you know, some fertilizer here and there and stuff like that. But I actually like mix this in. So now I'm thinking in my head, I might go buy me several bags of dirt, and before I plant them into the ground in the garden beds, I might mix that in with my actual dirt and see if that also helps. I mean, I guess the real test is going to be when I plant these seeds and see how fast and how strong these seedlings grow, but I think I'm onto something here, guys. So one of the reasons why I ordered this seed pack thing that I ordered was specifically for these. Anthony and I've never really cooked with leeks before, but I did find this like amazing Alfredo recipe that has leeks in it with some mushrooms. It's so good. So because of that recipe, I've decided I'm gonna try growing my own leeks and using those in other recipes because they do have really good flavor. So it's amazing what you guys find or foods you find that you like once you actually give it a try. So I'm glad to have these in here. So another reason why I ordered this seed pack, which is pretty cool, it comes with like 3 different varieties of tomatoes, which is really cool because last year I mainly just grew Roma tomatoes, and then I ended up getting a couple cherry tomato volunteers, but that's okay. I mean, we use them up too, but I really want to grow some more Romas again this year. And actually they threw in like a beef steak tomatoes, which I have grown these in the past, But I think maybe I'll plant like 1 or 2 of these. Obviously, I'm gonna do a bunch of Romas around here because those are the tomatoes I really want. And something I've never planted before, a variety of tomatoes, is these large red cherry tomatoes. The ones I planted the last couple of years, they've just been normal ones, but I will say my cherry tomatoes last year were very large in comparison. I don't know if that was just because they were like cross pollinating with my Roma tomatoes. I don't know, but pretty cool stuff. Also, too, another thing that I want to grow this year that I've never grown before is some artichokes that came in this little pack here. So Anthony was really excited about these. He's like, man, I hope these grow. So I'm willing to try it. I'll plant these. Talking about these seeds, I'm like, you guys probably don't even know the brand or anything. They're Organos Republic is the brand of the seeds. And there's like 40 seed collections in here. They had like different types. Like you get like the 20 pack, the 40 pack. There's 50, 100 with different types of seeds and different things you can grow. But like I said, this one was meshed the best with what I want to grow. So, and then I got extras like they're artichokes. I didn't even plan on growing artichokes, but Anthony saw that they were in there and was like, hey, you should try that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm all about trying new things this year for the garden. So yeah, why not? Let's try it, you know? Well, you guys heard all of the commotion and scene. Anthony is back from his adventures in town, which is good because I was just telling him before he left, I said, man, I'm gonna miss you while you're gone. I'm not gonna know what to do with myself all by myself up here. But he made it back safe and sound. So let's see what kind of materials and stuff he got. Okay, you're getting the wheelbarrow?
Yes, I got you a surprise.
A surprise! Something that, you know, I want or need, or maybe I didn't even know I wanted or needed and you got it for me.
Well, I thought it was perfect timing for all of this. Because I know you've been wanting some stuff.
Ooh, what's that?
Got you some blueberries.
Some blueberries.
You know, you've been wanting to plant some of this stuff.
I do, yes, because my last blueberries got destroyed. Wow, those ones are nice too. They're really pretty. I mean, like, you know.
And I got you.
What are those?
10 grapes.
10 grapes. You got me my grapes that I wanted.
Yep.
Wow, thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I've seen them down there.
Yeah, I've been.
Tried to get the ones that already had a bunch growing.
Oh, wow, look at that one. That one's pretty intense there.
Whoop,
hit me in the face and everything.
I got you 3 different types. I got you seedless Canadus or Canadice. I don't know.
Kansas.
Canadice.
Something like that.
Those ones. I got you Concord, and I got you seedless Marquis.
Marquis. Wow.
Yeah, so good for white grape juice, canning or jellies and stuff for the Concord and different things.
Yeah.
I know grapes take a very long time.
Yes,
produce.
but that is so cool. That's a start right here. This is the year 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so cool. Thank you so much, baby.
You're welcome, baby. Oh, one more thing too.
Okay.
I got for you.
The surprises just keep coming. I don't want it to end.
And I got you some strawberries.
Some strawberries too. Wow, that's the last of all the stuff I need to grow.
I figured.
Yeah, wow. So now I was officially ready, but now I'm like really officially ready to plant because he bought the rest of the stuff I needed. So that's great. I should say that's grape.
That's grape.
That's grape.
That is grape.
So Anthony and I were discussing this was like a month ago or so, about what we wanted to plant in the garden and maybe do things a little different. And that's part of the reason why we're planting things I've never planted before.
Yeah.
And also like why we're leaning towards more of permanent things to plant that keep coming back every year, because now the garden is kind of the way it's going to be forever. One of the things we talked about was grapes. planting some grapes over there. I'm really excited to plant grapes because I do have like plans and stuff. I want to make like, you know, grape concentrate and just a bunch of different things. But I was also thinking where we're gonna plant these, I think is gonna be the perfect spot, and I'll show you guys where that's at. Okay, so I have the perfect spot for these grapes, I think. And I think actually it's really gonna change the whole feel out here in the garden and change the view out here a little bit. And I'm just really excited about these grapes. But I think I'm gonna plant them all across this back fence here. I talked to Anthony about getting some lattice and filling up these little open areas there. So eventually when the grapes grow, they'll grow across or grow into the lattice and like create like a wall of grapes back here, which is going to be really, really cool. I think that's going to look really nice. I'm excited to have grapes, something that comes back every year. I think grapes are going to be my best option for what I want to grow back here and how I want this fence line to look. And then Anthony got me some blueberries, which I want to plant right here. I want to put 2 blueberry plants right there. I think 2 will do good for me. I did have 2 blueberries at one time. I had them in buckets right here, if you guys remember. This was like a couple years ago, but when we had the dogs out here in the garden last year, they destroyed my blueberries, like destroyed them, buckets and all. So I had to buy new ones and plant them, which kind of sucks because David got me those. And they were growing and doing so well. I was harvesting. I actually got enough to make a couple batches of blueberry muffins and all that good stuff, but that's okay. I'm starting over, but I'm actually gonna plant them in the ground this time. So the survivability of them will probably be a little better, and they'll grow bigger and be happier plants. So I'm very excited this grow season. I'm gonna have so many new and exciting things out here. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, so some of the supplies, guys, that I picked up. This is one thing. This is Solar Flex. It's like a rubber paint, kind of like Flex Seal. I was looking for an entire gallon of Flex Seal, and I could not find any anywhere. I did buy one before, but couldn't find it in town. So the guys down there at the local hardware and lumber place, they said people use this for their RV roofs and campers and their regular roofs all the time. And it's like a rubberized coating. So it's basically the same exact thing is what I was looking for. So, and it was way, way cheaper. So that's a good thing. Got some new balsa wood.
Clean.
As you guys know, I needed to get some more of this stuff because this is going to go on the roof inside. I did get some 1-inch foam, which is the stuff I just took out, but it's all brand new. 2 pieces of that. I got some new 1x4s because I got to reframe some stuff on the sides of this. And I will say we have been doing some research on trying to find a brand new air conditioner for this thing, and they do not make the same model anymore. This is like the first version of the Mach 1 that was in this camper, this pop-up. So researching a whole bunch last night and past few days and different things. They do make newer versions of that air conditioner, but it's like 4 times the weight. It's like way bigger, it's way heavier. It's meant for RVs, and newer pop-ups have like bracing brackets built in out of metal and all kinds of stuff to hold the weight. Because remember on that video, this last one, I was saying, man, it's amazing that this thing just holds, you know, all this weight. So we can't put a heavier one on there. But we have seen some people that have taken pop-ups and they've modified it and they've put window units in there. So after looking at some different things that other people have done, I think this is the way we're gonna go. It'll be a permanent AC. It's a 110. It won't use that much power. It's eco. But I'm gonna have to build some frames out and do different things to make this thing work. That way we're not putting it in every single time we want to use it. I don't want to do that. I want to put it in there and be done with it. So I bought a 6,000 BTU little window unit, which I think is going to fit perfect in there when I'm done. And it's going to be great. We're going to have air conditioning. So we're going to figure out something for the hole on the roof now. which I think Roxane has some plans for that.
Yep, I think like Anthony mentioned with using like a little window unit and stuff for the air conditioner in there, I think that's going to be our best bet, considering they are kind of pricey. Like you said, the weight, I mean, it's just a combination of a lot of different things.
It's more of the weight.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, the weight, they're like I said, 4 times as heavy, the new ones.
Yeah.
And they're really, really, really expensive.
Yes.
They're like $1,200.
Yeah, as David always says, they're really proud of those things.
Yes,
yeah.
So we're like, I ain't trying to spend $1,200.
Yeah, the air conditioner is worth way more than we spent on the trailer, so.
I even thought about getting a roller, like a portable AC to put in there, because we just really want AC in there, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole purpose of us buying this pop-up or getting it, is because we want air conditioner in there. But I was also going to say, too, I think using the window unit versus putting like I mean, maybe the newer ones are better, but this one can be more temperature controlled, so it'll turn on and off, as gets cold in there or hot in there or whatever,
It'll be nice. We're gonna make it work. It's gonna be custom. It's gonna look great. It'll be functional.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
I'm excited too. So now we got all that stuff. Now we have no excuse not to finish that project. I mean, it seems like he's just adding more and more to the list all the time. Okay, no more interruptions. I really need to get these seeds planted.
Alright guys, while Roxane's over there busy doing her gardening stuff, since I'm back here now, there are some things I want to get done. This sink right here, we don't want this sink in here. We're never going to use it. I can't even put it down because this thing's not out all the way. But we're never going to use it. This is not a, I can't even push it out. This is not going to be used for like a wet camper or nothing. There's not going to be no bathroom in here. There's not, none of that kind of stuff. So we're like, you know what, let's just get rid of that sink. There we go. And clean up the space in here. So when we are camping, it's a little bit more comfortable. It's not so jumbled. I mean, it's cool that they have a little sink though for these pop-ups. And look, Roxane forgot to clean up some of that styrofoam. But that's okay. And also, of course, they rivet those things on there, not just screwed. So I guess I'm gonna have to drill them out. Hoses I'm just going to cut off. I don't need them. All this stuff is so old. That. And this, I can actually just unhook that. We should be good. You know what? You're getting cut too. I actually had to go in the house. I cut my hand on this hose clamp. I should be wearing gloves, but let's get this sink out of here because we don't need it. It's going out. I feel like I'm dismantling this whole trailer or camper. That's what it feels like anyway, but it needs to be done because a 30-year-old pop-up, as you guys could imagine, have major problems. We are getting quite the pile of trash from this thing though so far, and even the trailer's getting full from the trash. It's gonna be a lot of work, guys.
So are you done?
Yep, done. It's ready to camp in.
All right.
Ready to go.
I should plant seeds more often.
No, I'm just trying to get the last little bit of stuff off that I see clumped in.
Yeah.
Because with that foam board that we got, I got spray adhesive.
Oh, okay.
That's what they use anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna take a sander to this, get as much as I can off of here. I do have a sander.
Yeah.
And then when we are ready to put the foam up, spray it, because this stuff dries really quick.
Oh yeah, I know. I've used that stuff before.
So I've measured, we're good. We're gonna have to cut them down a little bit.
Okay.
And then, yeah, we can get the roof going. This is what we're going to have to figure out, though. I'm thinking we should just put like a skylight or something in.
A skylight. I
Yeah.
mean, they sell them for those. They have little kits and stuff, so.
Yeah.
And that might actually be really nice because it'll let in natural light during the day and stuff, you know? I mean, there are windows here. We can open up all of these screens.
Yeah, I know we can do that, but I mean, we're not going to have the AC there no more. So, I mean, the skylight would be nice.
And
just to put it there, you know, and
they don't weigh a lot.
they don't weigh a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that would be the best bet. Keep it waterproof and stuff. They make them so they won't leak in and stuff. You know, I had to replace them on the camper.
Yeah.
Years ago, but
yeah.
I took this light thing down and scraped all the stuff off of it.
Nice.
Because we're just gonna have to redo it anyway on
Yeah.
top of the foam. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna completely get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all I'm doing, just scraping away.
Yeah. Seems like same thing you were doing yesterday.
Yeah, it's boring work, but it needs to get done.
Yeah.
Because once we get this done, I can do the foam.
True.
I forgot to get masks.
Yes, the one thing you forgot today.
I'm like, man. So I'm just gonna use a shirt.
I guess you were too busy buying me presents today to think about the masks.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
I just don't want to breathe it in.
Nah, I don't want you to breathe that in either.
If there's any particles, but
Yeah, that it's just, you know, the glue and if there's any leftover moldy stuff, you know, whatever.
yeah, whatever. I don't want it.
Yeah.
It's working very well.
Is it?
Yeah, it's making it, getting rid of all that stuff, making it fairly smooth.
Yeah, I can see the mark that you left afterwards.
Yeah, so
All
good.
done?
Man, it is hot with that as a mask.
Oh yeah. Well, they're called thermals for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a lot better. I know it's probably hard to see on camera.
Yeah, it doesn't look different on camera, but I noticed like around the edges there
smoother.
look
That's
a
all.
lot cleaner.
That's all glue.
Yeah, and I will say you don't see a lot of the styrofoam fluffy pieces, you know, the snow up there
No, that's what I mainly wanted. I still got to scrape some more of this stuff off.
around the edges.
Yeah. Like this. But that's just got to be scraped off.
Yeah.
That's not sanded off.
No, but it looks a lot better than it did, I will
yeah.
say. And like you feel it and it's a lot smoother, which will be good for when we put the new pieces on.
Well, that's the point of it. You spray it, or spray them, and then hold them up there and let them stick, and go from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gathering my thoughts together on everything, because as we showed you, we have a window unit, AC unit now, is what we're going to use for here. So, if you look right here, inside, you got a cabinet. I know it's hard to see, guys, but there's a cabinet right here, and right here. So in between these, down here, is where I'm going to put the AC unit. So I'm going to have to reframe this, then move this out of the way. Oh, there we go. Let me just do that. And figure out a good spot to mount it right in there, because that space in there is like 20.5 inches like this, but that AC unit is only like 17 inches wide. It's real tiny, so it should fit, you know. The space starts at this side of this board and goes to like right here. So it should.
'Cause that's the end of the bench right here.
Yeah, the end of the bench is right here.
Okay.
Not right here. Right here.
Okay.
So it's on like this.
So basically this little area right here.
Yep, so like right here, And so we've seen, like I said, I've seen people, videos, they've done this before. And you put it in right here. We got power right over here for it, and that way it'll drip out. But I'm gonna have to, like I said, take this board off, probably move it down a little bit, because you need support for this piece right here. So I just have to figure that out, cut this little piece out, and then seal it all up, you know, and boom, we'll have an AC in here.
Well, I think we made some pretty good progress on the garden and the trailer today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I will say Anthony and I have some little details that we kind of need to work out as far as like how we're going to accomplish what we want to accomplish in here, like work-wise.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get back on this again tomorrow after we get our thoughts together.
We should be able to, because I got materials here now.
Yep.
This is ready to get glued and the ceiling put back on.
Yep, we're ready for that. And
it doesn't take that long to do all this stuff.
yeah, and we discussed a little bit about the air conditioner, and I think we have a good plan for that, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to focus on this roof and closing it all in and fixing that portion first.
I'm just hoping it fits and everything's good.
I
We're
know.
gonna cut stuff out.
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, I will say, but we're not there yet, so I don't want to get too stressed out thinking about that right now, but I guess we'll have to hit this later.
Yep, we'll be back on it tomorrow, guys.
Yeah.